Hey, all beautiful people. It's good to be alive, isn't it? Oh, is it? Yeah, of course it's good to be alive. But I think our relationship with dying is pretty twisted in our society. So hold on, I'm just checking my streaming is working. Yeah, so I think our our relationship to death and dying is kind of twisted. A few hundred years ago, people didn't live that long, and dying was pretty normal. And hold on, I need to. Hey, it's good to be alive, is it? Isn't it? Oh, is it? Yeah, of course it's good to be alive. Uh, However, I believe our relationship to death and dying is a bit twisted in our current society. Just 200 years ago, people didn't live that long, and dying was just a regular routine. Uh, when I was in Nepal a few years ago, I saw the place where they were burning the bodies, and I've kind of first time saw dead bodies being burned, and that's kind of amazing. That was that was very kind of a memory that I never forget, and it kind of reflects that our human stories is a story that always has an ending, but you know if we are too attached to the human story, we consider the ending as something not nice. But if we recognize who we truly are, beings of light, then basically it's just a transitioning. It's just another birth. It's a continuation to the journey that we truly are. And I experienced several times of departing from here and seeing what's out there. When we are not in the body, when we are in another dimension, and recognizing basically how basically we continue our life outside the body. And this was basically one of the key things that mystery schools around the world were focused on 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 experiencing this deep secret that we are not a body, and that's really the deep secret that basically was taught in many of the mystery schools in the ancient times, and this continues to the modern day. And obviously, science thinks about this as a fairy tale, but it's all how do you scientifically basically prove anything beyond this physical body, because science is just geared on sensing something physical, so it cannot sense anything that is non-physical. The non-physicalness of everything is already proved in quantum physics anyway. None of the stuff that you touch, feel, isn't really there. Even the world that what is real is in quantum physics is really kind of questioned. It's all basically a story. We live in a story. We live in a temporary dualistic story. And this is basically something I wrote also today on Facebook about the dualism, about the story of the man and the story of the woman, that there is this attraction. We want to be fall in love. We want to find the perfect partner. We want to have the perfect sex. And it's all about basically finding our way, our path back to God, our path back to oneness, the non-dualistic state, the seeking energy that we have in our lives when we seek. The seeking energy is simply basically we are looking for our way back to oneness, on the completion. And if you have taken ayahuasca or something like that, you may have experienced this complete oneness. I've experienced the complete oneness completely naturally several times in my life, and it's an amazing state of existence where there is no separation. In our normal consciousness, we experience the separation, and that separation is really like it's just a story. It doesn't really exist, and we are so embedded in the story that even when we try to talk about the story, people don't even hear or understand it. And trying to express that, it's you basically being considered as a lunatic often. But basically, the non-dualistic state is what we are seeking. And that state is the unconditional love. That state is basically experiencing the being that we truly are. And that is really the what really all healing work and all spiritual, mystical work is all about, is going back home. It's simply just going back home. And that's all it is. The path there is challenging. And not everybody will make it in this life. And but everybody will eventually make it after several incarnations. How many depends on everybody's journey, but we will always go get there. And one of the key things to understand on this is that the story that you are, the personality that you are, never gets enlightened. It is the being that is inside you. That being is the one that gets enlightened, and that gets healed. And once you recognize that, once you recognize that link, then the physical thing realigns, and that basically is the secret to all manifestation, secret to all healing, and secret to everything there is. And I am running my, I call it a rainbow body activation tomorrow, Sunday. So it's what was the times now? I think West Coast time 9 a.m. And was it 12 or 1 East Coast time, and then 6 I think UK. I think it's 1 East Coast and 6 UK. And anyway, I'll put the link below this video once I finish the broadcast. So the rainbow body activation stuff that I did 2 weeks ago was pretty powerful. We go through all the chakras and then we start linking the energies, and that helps you to connect. The pineal gland is the key thing here. If you take something like ayahuasca, then it activates the pineal gland. We will do that without ayahuasca. We do that just simply doing energy work to connect you with the state of God, connect you with the state of the God consciousness. So the God consciousness is who you truly are. And this is basically on my Sunday meditations where the focus will now be, is to basically connect you with that. Then once a month I will do the Zoom healing circles. We had the first one last week, which was actually pretty much fun. So you can register for the next one, which is on 14th of June. I'll put a link there too. So tomorrow we have the rainbow activation, which I will run on most Sundays. And I will run that also now 14th of June for Australia and New Zealand. So if you are in that sort of area, 14th of June, I will be running the rainbow body activation for you guys in the Pacific area. So that's also kind of going to be fun. Anyway, enough of my updates, enough of my thingies, but there will be more stories and updates here through the video. And I just created a virtual kind of a hugging circle. And because I think the Facebook algorithm, the more you like controversial stuff in Facebook, it basically denotes your ranking, and basically less people see you. So that's why I kind of wanted to do that, because I feel like the freedom of speech can be a bit limited sometimes on this world, but nevertheless, stay in love, stay in the light, and don't go into the fear, don't go into whatever goes into don't read any of the news. That's just a waste of the time. And just stay in love, stay in light, and keep loving your friends and family, and supporting them through this crisis. Anyway, hope to see you guys tomorrow in the activation circle, which is completely free, but donations are optional. And then on the 14th of June, I'll run my second Zoom circle, which is going to be pretty much fun again. So I hope to see you in one of my circles, and I hope you guys are having a lovely time while being alive. Or maybe we are dead already. Who knows? See you later. Bye for now. Oh, I forgot to put the ad on. See, I'm such a bad marketer, am I? This is the ad for tomorrow. And the times are even there. See, I did all this work and I forgot to click because, I'm not the marketer here. Anyway, good smile, big hugs, and stay in touch and keep loving yourself and be crazy. Be absolutely